Hello folks, Nathan here, hope you're all well and welcome back to unboxing videos here on my channel, where today we have another aircraft to unbox. Yeah, this was quite unexpected actually. My friend Dean was selling this on his eBay page and I thought, go on, I'll put a bid on it just to try and help him get a little bit more for it than the starting price. And I actually ended up winning it. Wasn't really planning to get it, but yeah, I ended up winning it. So he's brought it down for me. So I thought, well, we'll do an unboxing of it. So it's a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner in the TUI UK livery. So for those of you who don't know, TUI was previously known as Thompson, and Thompson was previously known as Britannia, and Britannia was previously known as Euravia. So it goes back quite a long time. But this is the current livery, TUI. And this particular livery of the aircraft was introduced specifically for the 787 Dreamliner, as Thompson, as it was then, was the first UK airline to receive the 787 Dreamliner when it first got introduced. I believe the first airline to ever fly the 787 was All Nippon Airways of Japan. I may be wrong. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at it. So we'll have a look at the box and then we'll get it open, make sure all the parts are there and nothing's damaged. And then we'll set her up and we'll have a look at her. So there you go, Boeing 787-8. Lovely picture of the aircraft on the front there. I love how it's got the aircraft pattern and colours on the box as well. It's exactly the same on the other side. If we flip it to the side, you can see we've got the iconic smile, which actually spells out TUI. It actually secretly spells out TUI. Because if you look, the top of the smile there is the T, and then it curves around, which is the U, and then that final bit with the dot is the I, look, TUI. And it's also, as I said, meant to represent a satisfied wink. Boeing 787-8, scale 1 in 200. It's quite a big model. And then there's the dimensions here, which I will have a look at in a moment with my magnifying glass. I'm presuming those are dimensions of the real aircraft. Looks like it's a Boeing product, collectible scale model. And then at the bottom, it just says, I'll just flip the box over for you, Boeing 787-8, scale 1 in 200. And then the same on the other side, but in lighter blue, Boeing 787-8, scale 1 in 200. Right, let me have a look at these dimensions then. So I'm presuming these are the dimensions of the real aircraft. So the length is 56.70 metres. Height is 16.90 metres. And the wingspan is 60 metres from wingtip to wingtip. Very, that's quite wide when you think about it, which is why that they arch. It's to help it cut through the air a bit smoother. That's why the wings are like they are. But they flex slightly as they... I'll try and show you when we get the model out without breaking it. Obviously, when they're on the ground, they flex down a little bit, but they still do point upwards in a sort of a slope, just to... I suppose it's to try and... so they don't stick out straight as much. Anyway, let's get it open. I don't think it matters which side. Right, we'll take out the fuselage. Oh my god, it's huge. That's the same size as my old Dreamliner, that. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's lovely, that. Yeah, very nice. TUI. She got a reg. Oh, hang on, that's not a TUI UK. That's not a TUI UK. I don't know what that is. Is it Holland? Holland. PHTFK. So this must be a TUI Fly Nordic then. So I do apologise. It's not a TUI UK. Oh my gosh! Look at that. It says TUI underneath. I didn't know they'd do that. Didn't know they said TUI underneath as well. Boeing 787-8. Yeah, that's the flag of Holland. So whether it's like a TUI Fly Nordic, I'm not sure. Oh well, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Never mind. At least I've got two now. I've got a slightly smaller one of these, but it's TUI UK. So at least I've got a TUI from another country as well. Empty bag there. What was meant to? I'm presuming the tail was probably meant to have come in there. We've got the stand arm. We've got both wings. With the engines. Do they spin? No, they don't. I thought they spun. You can see through the engine. I thought if you blew in them, it would spin. So you can see how the wings are curved, and obviously when they land, the wings sort of flex down like that. But obviously they are still slightly elevated, so I suppose it, rather than them being straight, it allows it to manoeuvre around airports a little bit easier with being slightly raised. So there's both wings. Yeah, the TUI logo, TUI.com, could be a slightly higher up on the engines. A little bit askew, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter too much. I'll say I will try and bend these down a little bit because these are a little bit overly raked. You know, they don't rake up as much as that on the real thing. But never mind. Right, next thing. So we've got one stabilizer. So we've got both horizontal stabilizers. Vertical stabilizer is already inserted, or the tail, as I like to call it. And then here is the stand, Boeing 787-8. Shame they didn't put the TUI branding on it. That would have been nice. So I'll just show you how this goes together. Quite easy, actually. You just allocate. I'll show you from underneath. Just allocate the two square pegs there, and then just push until it sits nice and comfortable, and you can see that just sits like that. Very nice. We don't need this anymore. No, we don't. We've had a look at I've had a look at the fuselage. Right then. So let's get this aircraft set up. So I'm just going to take off the tail, and we will place the stabilizers on. I'm going to make sure they're the right way. I believe this one goes this side. Yeah, just pushes in. I'll try and show you what I'm doing with this one. So you can see there's a little slot there, and there's a little plate at the end of the wing. All you do is you just allocate it. So you just locate it, give it a bit of a jiggle, until it pushes in nice and firm. And then what the tail section also does, it sort of acts as a locking mechanism. So you just give the tail a jiggle, give it a nice big push down. That's it. And then just keeps it all nice like that. Right, now this is the more challenging part, the wings themselves, because obviously the engines, but obviously that one went on quite well. But one always seems to go on really well, and then the other one always tries to put up a fight. But you can see they went on quite well, and you can see now exactly how big the aircraft actually is. It's quite a big model. About the same size as the old Thompson Dreamliner that I had. I just gave that away recently. To me Uncle Mickey's had that. Because I don't believe in keeping older aircraft. I like my models to be with the newest livery or the newest branding. There we go, just give that a jiggle and it'll sit nicely on the stand like that. And there we are. Put all the rubbish back in the box. We'll keep the box because if ever I gave it away, or God forbid, to move house, you know, it's easy just to put them back in the boxes, or the majority of them anyway. Right, so here we are then. So we'll start from the cockpit. We'll go cargo side first. Which is this side. So this is the side. You can see the cargo doors actually. So what we'll do, we'll take the wings off just while we're having the look around. It just means I can get in there closer and show you. So this is the cargo side. So you don't really get passengers boarding from this side of the aircraft because there's usually so much going on. You'd have the refuelers this side. You'd have the baggage handlers loading the luggage. If it's cold, you'd have the de-icers. You'd have the loaders and the catering vehicles. So the passengers tend not to get on from this side of the aircraft, unless they're wheelchair passengers. I've noticed they sometimes are boarded from this angle. If it's on a remote stand, if it's on a jet bridge, then the aircraft's on an air bridge, then they'll board from the same side as everyone else. But if the aircraft's on a remote stand connected to air stairs, then they'll tend to use a lift, a special vehicle that lifts up and load the passengers from that side. Anyway, enough jabbering. You can see the cargo doors there. Well, there's the front cargo door. And the centre exit there. So this is where the wing would be. We took it off just for now. There's the aft cargo door. And it says on the back, Dreamliner. And there's that registration again, which is, if I can remember, Papa Hotel Tango Foxtrot Kilo, PHTFK. Is that a real aircraft? I don't know. I'll have to go on Flight Radar and have a look. I'm presuming it would be. Assuming it would be based on a real aircraft. It says something. It says something there as well. What does that say? Oh, Boeing 787-8. Very small. It says Boeing 787-8 there, and it says Dreamliner underneath. And then you've got the back. Okay, so before we turn it round, I'll just put this wing back on. And then we've got the back of the aircraft, oops, some nice detailing to the auxiliary power unit there, or APU as it's referred to. Anyone who don't know what the APU is, it's basically a small turbine, small engine in the back of the aircraft, and what it does is it provides power to the aircraft so they can start the engines. Because when the aircraft's parked up on stand, it's actually connected to an airport ground power supply. But in order for the aircraft to be pushed back or to taxi off stand, they have to start the APU so the aircraft can run under its own power. Well, it could be powered by the APU, and then once the engines are running, the power is transferred across to the engines, and then the aircraft is running on its own power then from the engines. So I'll take this wing off, because we're coming to the passenger side now. So I know a little bit about aircraft. I'm no professional, but I've loved planes since I was very young. There's a small cargo door that side as well. Just noticed, I think, unless it's... I don't know what that is. I thought there's a small hatch there on the back. Really nice, isn't it? Really nice. So this is probably the exit that you're board from. I've noticed with larger aircraft, particularly Boeing, like whether it's a 757 for example, they never board you from the door right at the front. It's always the second one along. Don't know why that is. Maybe it's due to like the ground power equipment being there and the chocks by the wheels to keep it, keep the aircraft from rolling. So maybe they decide to board the passengers away from there just to keep that area clear. I don't know. But yeah, I presume that that would be the exit where you'd board and disembark. And the back, of course, the very back door. The only aircrafts I've really known where you get on at the very front are obviously the Boeing 737s, where you can get on the front or the back, obviously, but I just mean like in reference to the very front forward door. The 737s and any Airbus aircraft, A320, A321, you'd always board at the very front. And there we are at the front. I'm presuming that might be first class there. Would that be first class? Because the Dreamliners do have a first class. I don't know whether they have a business class. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I know they have, I think, is it premium economy and then standard economy, which I think is here in the middle. I don't know. I haven't been on one. Don't know if I ever will. There's the forward exit there, and then the cockpit windows. Very nice, sleek, streamlined appearance to help it cut through the air. Let's pop the wing back on. And there we are, back at the front. So obviously there's no landing gear on this. I don't know. No, it's not modelled. It's a shame. It would have been nice to have included just like the little detailing where the landing gear doors would have been. But I was never expecting that. I didn't actually know it had TUI written underneath it. No detail on the top of the aircraft. Oh, hang on, I tell a lie. What's that? Or is that just a bit of dust? There is a tiny tiny dot there. I know what that is. It's the beacon light. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. That's good, isn't it? That's nice. Yeah, look, you can see now it's red. It's the little beacon light on top. Is there one underneath? Usually there's one on top and one underneath. Not seeing one. It's usually just here, not near the engines. There's one on top and one underneath. Oh, that's good. How that's been incorporated. I think there would be like air vents on top of there, maybe for air conditioning. But those are not modelled. But it's nice how it's got a little beacon light. That's really cool. And yeah, it's just basically a very, very nice model. You know, let's just pan down to see if we can get a nice view of her. I'll have to hold her. But yeah, what a lovely looking aircraft. Very, very nice. Very nice size. Very nice size. Good, brilliant detailing. Livery is spot on. Even the colours, you know, the colours are spot on. You know, there doesn't seem to be any imperfections from what I can tell. And it's just, I think it's just nice that it's a TUI branded one. It's very nice. So that's pretty much all I can say about it. I mean, we've had a good look around and, you know, put her together. And I've given you my thoughts on her. So that's pretty much all we can do for this review. So I think we're going to leave it there. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have recently subscribed, thank you for your support. It really means a lot to me. And until the next video, whatever or whenever that may be, just reminds me to say take care, stay safe, stay strong, and as Grandad Murray used to say, stay happy. And I will see you in the next one.